date sheet. Yes, the board date sheet is out. It used to generally be out as a New Year gift for all the 12 students, but now they've preempted the reaction and have released the board sheet date sheet very fast. Now, as of the board date sheet currently, we know that majority of the exams are going to finish by the 24th, 25th of March, and all exams are going to finish by the 30th of March. Now, when we look at the date sheet closely, science students finish their boards by the 21st, commerce students finish it by 24th, and the humanities students who have taken sociology finish it by the 30th of March. So pretty much, let me also make a very big announcement here that Pratham will start its preparation classes for various competitive exams after class 12 on the 25th of March 2020. Right, please mark the date. It is 25th of March 2020 when we begin our classes. Right, so now that being kept aside, let's go and look at why this video is important for you. Now, yes, the board date sheet is out, but alongside that, another kind of date sheet is now getting formed. Now, that date sheet is of the entrance exams that a student will be appearing for after class 12 finishes. Now, a lot of these university forms have either come out or some kind of notification for these universities has also been released. Now, with that in mind, let's talk about the first university, which is Christ University. Now, Christ University is one of the popular universities that any student, irrespective of science, commerce, humanities, should be looking at for applying. Not for the engineering or the variety, but the number of courses that it has. It has a huge list of courses that it offers, and the other important part to note here is that it offers it across 3 campuses. You have Bangalore, you have Ghaziabad, and now you have the third campus, which is in Lavasa as well. And if you look at the list of courses, that's a very big list. You have a lot of courses which can be summarized as BBA courses. Then you have law, you have journalism, you have hotel management, you have BCom, you have BCom honors, right? Economics, BC, and the list goes on, right? And like I said, Christ University generally will take to divide their entire course into 2 levels of exam. One is specifically for its law, and one is for the BBA variety, and the other BCom and the BCom finance and accounting courses, which are taken on merit, remain parallel. So an important part to note here is one of the 2 exams of Christ is what you will be writing this year. Now, the other important part to note is the forms have started coming out. They have been released on 8th of December. So students who are not aware, please note this date that the forms of Christ University have already been released. You can click the forms, you can fill up the forms of Christ University by a link that we will mention in the comment section. Right, you can click on that section and move on. The last date for filling up the forms is 16th of April. There are 2 exam dates. Yes, there are 2 exam dates. They give you an option of choosing one of the 2 exam dates that you can take for the entrance exam. One is 14th of April and second is 26th of April. I, as a counselor, as a well-wisher of all students who are preparing for the exam, would definitely recommend students filling the 26th April date as their first exam date. Why? Because if you start classes by the 25th of March, by 14th of April, you'll have about 20 days. Which I think is too less a time for you to be adequately prepared for appearing for an all India level exam. However, 26th does give you a month of preparation, and yet, yes, you will be better prepared when you go in for the exam. So my suggestion to all of you, please fill the 26th April as the date when you will appear for this exam, right? Let's move on to the next one, which is IIM Indore. Now, IIM Indore is one of the most important exam that any student who's aspiring to get into the management courses, whether from science, commerce, or humanities, would like to fill up. Right now, when we talk about IIM Indore is not a very simple exam to crack. It is a 3-step process. You need to clear all the 3 levels for you to appear for the exam. You need to clear the aptitude test, which is the IP MAT, which is given 50% weightage. Then you have VAT, which is writing ability test, or written ability test, which is given 15% weightage, and then in spite of that, all of that, you still have to fight your way through the personal interview rounds, which is given 35% weightage. Now, once you clear all 3 levels is when you're given a chance to study at IIM. Now, when we talk about that, the applications for this college starts by 17th of February. So it's not coming out anytime soon, but tentatively around mid of Feb. Now, a very important part to note here is that about 22nd, 23rd of February is when you begin your actual boards also. So I don't know whether 17th of February would be a right date for you to fill up. But the other point to note is the last date for filling the forms is 30th of March. Now when we talk about that, that's the last day when the humanities students finish, and I don't know whether you will still be in the mood to fill up the forms or you would have forgotten about it. So an earnest suggestion is you will have to find time within your boards to fill up this form. Important part to note is IIM Indore is not a simple exam where you just have to log in and fill up for certain details and that will be the end of it. No, you have to write certain essay type questions as well, which will take some time, right? So you will have to find that time between your boards to actually fill that form as well. The tentative date of the exam is right now 30th of April. I hope this is extended to mid of May like last year, because if this happens on 30th of April, a student will have 2 weeks of less preparation time for IPM. And like I said in the beginning, IIM Indore is one of the most coveted exams that a student who aspires to study a management course wants to sit for and apply. But if it's going to happen 2 weeks earlier, it's going to be tougher for you. It definitely is an advantageous situation for students who have been studying for a year or year and a half or 2 years, but it will not be so fruitful for students who are preparing for this exam only after boards, right? So, but if you still have to do with it, you will still have 35 days before you sit for it, and you'll have to make the best of it, of the time that you have, right? So that's about IIM Indore. Let's talk about quickly about University of Delhi. So please note, University of Delhi has not started with its registration process. The only notification that we have is released by the National Testing Agency, which basically states that all the about 6-7 exams that DU conducts, which are entrance based, will be conducted by the National Testing Agency, and as per that notification, the registration will start on 2nd of March. The last date for applying will be 31st of March. Exam date is 2nd to 9th June. I don't know how much of it is going to hold true, but if it does, again, it's right in the bang in the middle of your boards as well. So keep looking out for when the exam dates are released or the forms are released. But if tentatively, if you were to look at it, it is first week of June, which used to be the case earlier, but for the last 6-7 years, that's not been the case. Last year, it happened in the first week of July, the exams. Let's talk about Narsee Monjee. Now, Narsee Monjee, again, like Christ, is probably a very, very good university to apply for by students. So when you're talking about Narsee Monjee, it is something that you need to be very, very careful. That's a coveted university. It has a good brand value in the market. A majority of those courses are restricted for with math students. They also offer law, but that law is through the CLAT result. When we talk about Narsee Monjee, in the management domain, it offers so many courses. It generally takes an exam called the NPAT, or the Narsee Monjee's program after 12th exam, and it is restricted for students with maths. So it has a variety of courses, which has BBA, it has BCom Honors, it has BSc Economics, it has BSc Finance, it also has BA Honors in Liberal Arts. The forms have already been released. 11th December was the first day. The last date is 30th of April. Exam date is 9th and 10th of May. Now, important dates, again, they give you 2 dates to take the exam on. 9th and 10th of May. I will earnestly suggest students to fill up the 9th of May as the date, and I'll tell you the reason, because 10th of May right now to us is looking as a very crowded date when a lot of exams are going to happen. I can count right now 3 exams which are going to happen on 10th of May, or at least 2 exams are going to happen on 10th of May. So you'll have to, so if it's on 10th of May, you can divide it or de-risk yourself by giving Narsee Monjee on 9th and the other exam on the 10th. Which brings me to the next form, or the next notification that has been released, Common Law Admission Test, which is CLAT 2020. Please note, Narsee Monjee is going to be an online exam, and CLAT is going to be an offline exam, right? It will be a paper pen based exam, and it has 23 law universities, different varieties of LLBs available through the CLAT process. The forms with online application for CLAT will start with the new year on 1st of January. The last date for filling up the forms is 31st of March. As of now, the exam date is 10th of May. Like Narsee Monjee gave you 2 days, 9th and 10th. CLAT is on 10th of May. So if you are anyone who's applying to both Narsee Monjee and CLAT, you should do Narsee Monjee on 9th and CLAT on 10th, and not do both on the 10th itself. As of now, this is what the date is. Last time there was a 2-week delay because of certain issues. However, the details are here. You can follow this calendar. This has been released by the consortium itself. So 10th of May is the date that we're looking at. NLU Delhi obviously will come out with their forms again by the first week of January. The exam date is 3rd of May, right? Again, 1 week prior to the CLAT exam. Maharashtra Common Entrance Test 2020 gives you access to law as well as hotel management. The law is for a period of 5 years. And quickly talking about the online applications for both will start by 20th of January. Last date is 2nd of March. Exam date for the law program is as early as 12th of April. Please note, 25th March is when we start classes. 12th of April is the first all India level exam, right? And if you're applying for hotel management, the entrance exam for Maharashtra Common Entrance Test will be around 10th of May, right? So please note, your exam calendar is now becoming, it has been, to my understanding, has been preponed. We've already talked about MHT-CET, which is on 12th, Christ, which gave you a tentative first exam date of 14th of April. So by the second week of middle of April is when you will be already in the middle of your entrance exams, right? So you'll have to be very, very careful. So you will not have even a single day to waste. Once your board's finished, you'll have to straight away jump into the entrance preparation as well. LSAT. Now LSAT has been a change because it used to be by June, mid-May or June was tentative exam. However, this year it is going to be on the 1st of May. The 1st of May is LSAT. 3rd of May is AILET, right? So applications have already started. Last date is 14th of April. Exam date is 1st of May. My God, the number of days the student has after boards is now completely is reducing every year by year. So IHMs, which are for hotel management, it takes the exam called NCHMCT-JEE, right, which will also be conducted by the National Testing Agency. The application will start with the new year, 1st January, last date is 29th February, and the exam date is 25th of April. 26th is the second date of Christ and 25th is NCHMCT-JEE, right? Wow. Tata Institute of Social Sciences, it takes an entrance exam. The applications have started by 5th of December, last date is 23rd of March. Exam date again is 25th of April. Again, it's getting too much. Everything is going to be over by the middle of May is what is looking at, starting from the last week of April. Manipal has already released their forms. It offers courses across BBA, Culinary Arts, Media, BCom. It takes an entrance exam, right? And the exam applications have already started. Last date is 15th of March, right in the middle of your boards. Exam date is yet to be announced. So typically they decide the exam date once the other universities release their forms, and then they come out with their exam date. Aligarh Muslim University, it has a variety of courses that you can apply for through an entrance exam. Applications have started. If you look at the exam dates, 12th of April, 13th of April is what they are offering. It is just very, very difficult if your boards are finishing by the 24th to be very ready with these dates. I hope they look at it seriously and they change the dates. In case they're not, you will have to do with what you have, right? So IIT Madras or IIT Chennai, it offers two very interesting programs. One is integrated MA in developmental studies and one is integrated MA in English studies. So any student opting for looking at English should look at this exam, right? Exam applications have already started. 11th of December, last date is 22nd of January. Exam date is 19th of April. Now, if you were to look at two very critical dates till now, NCHMCT-JEE's ANTIS is on the 25th of April. Narsee Monjee, CLAT and MHT-CET for hotel management is all around 10th. So Narsee Monjee gives you an alternate, which is 9th, so choose 9th. MHT-CET HM does not give you that alternate. It will be on the 10th of May itself. If you were to just summarize the important dates for a law aspirant, MHCT 12th April, Christ Law will be 14th or 26th, LSAT 1st, AILET 3rd, CLAT 10th. My God, this is heating up all the more. If you just look at it, it's just too packed in the first week of May and last week of April. These are the forms, these are good universities that have released their forms of the notification, the tentative dates of exam. It was our duty at Pratham to help you know and keep you abreast with what has happened already. Keep subscribing to the Pratham YouTube channel. We will be coming up with more videos as and when the newer forms and newer notifications come out. Keep subscribing, keep liking and our channel, and we'll have more videos with you which are fruitful, which not just tell you about the exam notification, but our videos will also be aimed at how to fill university forms accurately. Very important to make sure that you prepare for it, but even more important than preparing for these entrance exams is to make sure that you fill the forms correctly. So keep tuned in to the Pratham Test Prep channel, YouTube channel for more information. Thank you. This is Ankit Kapoor signing off. Take care and all the best for your boards as well as for your entrances. Thank you.